Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go! 30 base. Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
57.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Check 52. Check 3. Hit it.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready? 50, Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the slap. Get it.
Now back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 12-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 1, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Mike 14. Check.
Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. Now here's Pollard, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Yep. Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Rashad Penny, and an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson sliding out of the pocket, and that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked by Tracy Walker. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike 12, 14. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hey, 0.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On the run, it's Penny. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 20 on the year, and his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC, and what a game it was last week, and a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a second straight Player of the Week award.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
Play action. Now Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Hughes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
That's our ball. Going the other way.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain there of 21 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Check 9, check 9. Check. All goes special. All goes special.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Penny will try to punch it in. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Penny, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for it. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Single, guys, 4 down. Mike 12. Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike 12.
Now it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
6 man. Reload. Check curls.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trevor Williams with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
And the Bills first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
On the double. 15. Watch the slats. Greystone travel.
He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Look at me. Go. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They'll drop to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Watch the pass.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter.
30 base. Watch that in. Recon, 152 fighter. Yep.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Ross, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little...
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
Quit talking about it.
They'll run with Penny. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11.
Switch up, switch up. Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. It's just me. Got it.
On second and 11 now. Wilson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third and 11.
Tens the mic.
Play action. It's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, rock it, fight.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm here all day. Why?
Gonna run again here with Pollard. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go, D.
Get it.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
3 down. Hey, check 61. Matchbox light. Check. Frag now. Roll out. Kill. Ready.
They'll run with Pollard. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Go. Check. Watch the switch.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he goes down It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
12.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Good job.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Go, 14. Sponge.
One last shot for Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.